Every passing day, the amount each Kenyan owes our lenders is growing. Our total public debt now stands at well over 6.5 trillion shillings, and there could be more if the Treasury is to raise money for this budget. At present, Kenya owes external and internal lenders up to 6.5 trillion shillings. Divide that with a population of 47.6 million, and each Kenyan owes just about 140,000 shillings. But that's not all. According to the Budget and Appropriations Committee, the government will be forced to borrow another 823 billion shillings in the next 1 year to cover the budget shortfall.
We have more loans than we can be able to handle. Most particular people, like the way I had a statement from Treasury comparing us with Japan, which has about 109%. But Japan, most of the loans are in their local currency and they are given locally. So they can have a homely kind of way of discussing those loans with their own people. Ours is because either in dollars or in other currencies, and even the losses because of the fluctuation can really affect you.
With the prevailing economic situation coming at a time when some of our loans are due, Kenya might be forced to appeal to the good grace of our lenders.
I think about 33% of our debt service actually goes back to China to repay some of our debt. So we really must go back to countries like China that hold a lot of our debt stock and actually renegotiate, some of these debts.
Countries seldom grow without debt. The Budget and Appropriations Committee says the cost of debt financing consumes more money than the development expenditure. Indeed, for every 100 shillings the government raises in tax revenue, about 56 shillings will be spent in settling debt. And that's not all.
At the beginning of the year, the dollar to the Kenya shilling exchange rate was about 100, then it moved to about 102 around March. Now it had gone up to 107, now it's back to around 106. So of course that means that for every dollar of debt that you're holding, it's gone up by 6 shillings, right? So if you have $100 billion of debt, that's 600 million shillings that we've put upon ourselves.
Do you think there's a way of easing the amount of pressure on public debt without raising taxes?
The only way we can reduce that pressure is that we must stimulate local demand. By stimulating local demand, it also means that we grow local private enterprise, we grow the agricultural sector. And the good thing is we've actually found out that as Kenyans, we can actually do a lot of the things we've been importing, right? We've been importing so much, but we realize now when COVID hit and all countries were hoarding certain supplies to themselves, we realized that as a country, we can actually manufacture those locally.
But for a fledgling economy as ours, experts say the only alternative at the moment is to live within our means.
We can actually not borrow ourselves into prosperity.
In the next 1 year, the National Treasury will also be grappling with debt servicing obligations at a staggering 904 billion shillings from the Consolidated Fund, painting a picture of the dire straits the country faces owing to its rising debt burden.